Hey, welcome back. Hello, everyone. I love it. All right, so welcome back to another episode of the Holistic Cannabis Show, where I am your hostess, Dr. Yolanda Henderson, and joined by my wonderful co-host,
Ian Henderson.
Hen Henderson. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so if this is your first time watching our show, welcome to the show where we talk about everything cannabis, all right? And we're going to be educating you on a lot of information that you probably did not know in the cannabis industry. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Mr. Henderson is going to give you all the outlets to watch the show. So if you are sharing or you would like to like the show or come on the show, here are some of the outlets that you can watch the show.
Instagram, Twitter, Fire Stick, Facebook, YouTube, Roku, Status Network, Manifest TV, Holistic Cannabis Show.
That's right. All right. And if you are on the Fire Stick, you can download the Status Network app and, choose to watch the show. Amongst other shows, we are the Holistic Cannabis Show, again, through Status Network and powered by Manifest, or on Manifest TV. And if you're on Facebook or YouTube, you can go back and rewatch the replays of the show. And also, you can call us to get able to come on the show or ask any questions. And you have that phone number.
470-251-4647.
Awesome. All right. So you can call in and ask any question that you like. We have a special guest today, Ms. Chrystal Floyd, with her wonderful infused wine. So we're going to talk with her a little later, and we're going to find out what she's doing in the cannabis industry or in the space with her wine. So make sure you tuning in and sharing the show so that you are able to get in contact for any of the episodes or anything on the show, and especially the connections that we have with our special guests. Okay. All right. So this month, of course, is Black History Month. I have my Black History attire on, my African attire. So shouts out to all of our Black Americans, African Americans, Pan Americans, Afrocentric Americans, everyone who, Afro-Indian Americans, everyone who celebrates the African American Black history. All right. And so we have a quick video about Black history in America and just shouting out our birthdays. All right, so if you have a February birthday, we wanted to shout you out before the end of the month and just let you know that we see you and you are special. So happy birthday. If I didn't call your name this month, make sure you call in to shout yourself out. And anyone whose birthday is coming up for March, please give us a call so that we may be able to shout your birthday out or your loved one's birthday out on the show. And of course, have your viewers and family members to watch our show to increase our viewership. All right, so shouts out special guest who's going to come on the show. But first, we're going to watch this quick clip about Black history in America right after this. All right. Black history. There's a lot of powerful people in history. We have come a long way, you all, and we're continuing to make amazing voyages towards the accomplishments in the future. So I just want to shout out everyone in Black history, including myself, including Jack, including everyone who's doing something that it was said that we could not do. So I just want to, shout out. And of course, to my wonderful guest who's also making history. And we want to thank her for coming out. Can you go ahead and tell us your name?
Thank you for having me. My name is Chrystal Floyd. I am the co-founder and CEO of Devine Libations.
Yes. Awesome. Okay, tell us what Devine Libations is.
Devine Libations is a local small batch winery here located in Castleberry, Atlanta, Castleberry Hill of Atlanta, Georgia, right behind the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We have our production space where we produce our wines. And as of this year, I am on a mission to teach people how to actually make wine themselves.
Wow. Wow. So you have wine making classes.
Wine making classes, yes, ma'am.
Wow. This is amazing, you guys. I mean, we're doing some really great things. Now tell me, I know there's a little history about how the wine came about and why you decided and the person who even inspired you. So if you could tell us the story, that would be great. Our viewers would love to hear how.
Absolutely. I'd love to tell this story, okay, because it is so near and dear to my heart.
Okay.
Now, the story starts with my father, and he, I guess around maybe 2008, 2009, he would make wine as a hobby. He had a real passion for it. His friends taught him how to do it, and he would make some amazing blueberry wine, a muscadine wine. Like, you'd just be in the kitchen experimenting with some stuff. And so he did that for a few years, and then fast forward to 2020. I moved back to Atlanta in at the end of 2019, and so February came, and February 2020 came, and I was kind of at a crossroads in my life. I'm trying to figure out, okay, what's my next move, what's my next journey. I was the air traffic controller at the time.
Awesome.
And I was in the Virgin Islands, in St. Thomas Virgin Islands. And I really just felt like Spirit was moving me in a different direction totally. And so not really knowing what it was I was going to be doing, I just, took the steps. I don't want to say blindly, because, just internally, I just have a knowing that, okay, I don't know exactly what I'm being led to do, but I'm going to just do it and see, kind of what happens. So to take me to February, I do a full moon ritual, and we are definitely in that full moon energy right now, which is a great time to manifest and to is to say what you really want to bring forward, kind of amplify and ignite what you want to bring forward in this next phase, of the month. And so I do a full moon ritual, and a few nights later, Spirit was just kind of like leading me to, hey, you're gonna be making wine. So it's like, ooh, okay, that's interesting, and so I talked to my dad about it. I talked to first I talked to my sister, and I'm like, what you think, sis? You think we should make some wine? And she's like, yeah, let's do it. So I was like, all right, well, let me talk to Daddy and see, he'll teach us how to do it. So talk to my dad and ask him if he can teach us how to make wine. And he's like, okay, well, all right, that's your bright idea. Come on, let's do it, right?
That's it.
So
Daddy's girls.
Here we go. 4 years later, we have a space. We're making wine. We are sharing this craft with people and giving them an elevated product. So
That's amazing. That's amazing. And what's more better than a Sunday afternoon and a glass of wine?
Absolutely now.
I
Okay.
love this idea. And it's infused. So tell us about how you are infusing your wine. Because we know that you can make the wine with, what do you use? Grapes? I know you use grapes, but fermented grapes.
Yeah, wine is made either fermented grapes or you can use fermented fruit.
Okay.
So we incorporate hemp into our product. Like this one right here is Harlem Nights. We've collaborated with a brand called High Noon. The sister founder Mo is a herbalist, so she has a tea that she calls Harlem Nights, which is named after one of her children, her son. But anyway, so the tea is very much so a healing tea. It has ashwagandha in it. It has nettle, hibiscus, clove. So those, not only flavors, but the beneficial properties that you'll get from, consuming those herbs really brings your tea to another level because it's there to help you relax. So the tea was like, oh, this might be good as a wine. So let's see, what that tastes like. So we made it into a wine and it tastes absolutely amazing. Would you like to taste some of this Harlem Nights?
I would love to.
Maybe pour a little bit of
Harlem Nights, okay.
And then you can see that beautiful amber color. Like, you're not going to find a color like this for real in too many stores.
So you got to smell the wine.
Yeah. Let's get that. And I'm going to take a sip too because it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. And, it feels good out here in these Atlanta streets.
It does.
So let's toast to the upcoming spring and the full moon energy that we on.
Yes.
You want to toast with us?
Come on. Everybody toast. Yes, let's taste. Ooh, and it's smooth. I can taste the hibiscus. Yes. And don't taste like in the clove. I don't taste the cannabis at all.
No, that one, like I said, this one is a hemp base. And so with the holistic herbs, this one right here is a pear that we infuse with the holistic herbs.
Oh, a pear.
And so we'll do that with like our flavors. Like we have this pear here. We also do a pineapple pear Pinot Grigio, a green apple Riesling, a peach apricot Chardonnay, black currant. So those type of flavors you can get infused with the holistic herbs. But some of them are strictly just the hemp base. We're not going to mix the hemp and holistic herbs because why? Why do we need to?
One is already doing the health benefits. But it'll be like a boost. It could boost it up to like it's a super.
It got 13% alcohol in it. Okay, the wine. You need a little, but I think there's a perfect balance with those.
I love it. All right, so exactly, this is amazing. You guys got to try this. I wish y'all were here to try it. So we got to get our audience on the show to come and try our products that we're going to be showing on the show. So I want them to be able to get this since they're not here. Tell them how they can actually order some of this or get it delivered, or if they're in Atlanta, come by the office to pick it up.
Absolutely. So you can always order online at Libations.com. That's DLIBATIONS.com. And you can always Google us, find us on Google. But we do shipping, we do local delivery, and you also can come by our wine studio, check us out, and pick up a bottle there.
Awesome. So tell us again about the class. Now, how often are you having those classes so that we can make our own or, have something on the show or we can infuse in our school?
Absolutely. So we have two type of winemaking classes. The first one is about like an hour and a half type session where you can come in, you'll learn the balancing and bottling process of winemaking. Right now, currently, we have an elderberry hibiscus wine, and you'll learn you'll taste it in its rawest form, and then learn how to balance and sweeten that to your palate. So whether you like it drier or sweeter, you can kind of, just make it however you like it. And you will bottle your wine, you'll cork it, and you'll also
So you teach them how to cork?
Yes.
Put the cork in there too?
Absolutely. Teach you how to cork wine and everything. So you'll get a full little mini lesson in the phase of winemaking where you're balancing and bottling your wine.
This is amazing. And oh my gosh, shouts out to Mr. Floyd.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, shouts out to my friend Miss Linda Floyd, because she was the one who told me. She's like, my daughter has this wine, and she was taking my class, and she talked about you so much, you and your sister, about the class. I mean, doing the wine. And when she told me, I was like, are you sure it's a black girl doing wine?
Listen,
and we are doing this. Yes,
anyone can be doing this.
Yes.
In Georgia, it's legal for one adult in the household can legally make 100 gallons of wine at home a year. And if it's 2 adults in the household, you can legally make 200 gallons of wine a year at home. So you could be there, you got your own concoctions, you can put whatever kind of herbs you need in it, any kind of flavors you need. It could be your own little vibe. And that's the other class that we have, our 4-week winemaking class. But we teach you that process from start to finish.
That's amazing. I am impressed. I'm just too impressed. I was in shock when I saw the website. I was like, this is a sister. This is my friend's daughter, So I'm just super proud of you. I mean, you are making Black history here in Georgia. I haven't seen any winemaking classes here. Have you?
There is a sister in not in Atlanta. She's further out in I guess maybe North Georgia. She does winemaking classes, but even hers is different, and that's what I love about what we do as winemakers. Everyone can make. You can have a few people who make wine, but everyone's wine is still different. It's not. There's competition because you have this wine and I have this wine. Like, no, your specialty and the way that you produce your wine could be totally different than mine. That's true. It gives a different flavor, it gives it a different energy. There's no competition. It's each his own,
And that's the perfect part about it. I mean, there's no competition. So I really, really, really want you to come out and help our students. So those who want to take wine classes and you want to be able to learn how to do that with Infused with Cannabis, we want to add something like this to our courses, maybe. That'd be great. We already do foods, we talk about we have a whole recipe book in our books, so that would be great just to add a drink. Add a wine.
Not to cut you off, but our black currant wine is good for cooking, since you're talking about cooking. I've made a glaze, a black currant glaze with the black currant wine to go over my salmon and vegetables and stuff. It was really nice. So
this is my new best friend. Telling you.
Wine could be drank. It could be, you can cook with it.
Yes.
It can be there to help heal you in some kind of way. You can't sleep. Well, instead of taking a pill, let me just go, a nice little cool glass of wine that has some, herbs in it.
Yes,
that's
medicinal.
Help me, just relax and take the edge off.
That's awesome. Medicinal, because all of the herbs infused, and plus hemp is a herb. Okay, so all of this is medicinal, so that if you have a health condition, guess what? You won't have that health condition for long. So that's awesome. Thank you so much for showing this and sharing on our show. Do you have any questions for us?
Maybe, because I know y'all have an audience, but, maybe someone is here watching from Devine Libations audience and wants to know what are some benefits, if they do not know, of cannabis.
Oh, wow. Cannabis has so many benefits. I always tell everyone that if you have a working body, you have an endocannabinoid system. And your endocannabinoid system is a system just like any system in your body, your skeletal, your muscular, your digestive. And whenever your cannabinoids are deficient in your body, we have to go to a plant cannabinoid. And so cannabis is there to help those cannabinoid deficiencies through the plants. So the phytocannabinoids, which are the hemp, the cannabis, marijuana, which is like a potency that's a Tylenol 3 to a Tylenol. So you have the different potency levels, and your hemp is, you know, kind of like on your, you know, no psychoactive. It's not really going to do anything to your, you know, your receptor in your brain, but it's going to help with those benefits of that cannabinoid system that becomes deficient. And so once that cannabinoid system is straight and everything is okay, your body can focus on homeostasis, which is a complete healing. It's you're able to complete your body in its healing process. That means pain. That means if you're sleepy. That means if you're hungry, you're not getting enough nutrients. It's gonna trigger, hey, I need to eat, or I need some nutrients, or, you know, I need water. So we always educate in the classes. We offer classes every Saturday from 9:30 to 12:30. And if anyone is interested in those classes, we have classes available.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing.
I'm curious to know, what did you think about the wine?
Yeah, Mr. Henderson.
You get some more of that too.
Yes, because we're gonna take us a bottle of this home. We want to have, yes, it is really good. Thank you.
It's good and
Yes.
it's smooth.
It is. It's smooth. That's what I like about it.
So-
It's got a little sweetness.
So with that, well, what's the difference between this wine and what they say red wines or white wines? Can those be infused?
Yes, because we use a tincture in our infusion. So, yes, absolutely. Whether it's a Merlot or if it's a Riesling or a Chardonnay, or, it could be any kind of wine. We can infuse it, because we infuse it on the back end. So after we make it, it's as far as the holistic herb one, because we use a 1,200 milligram sativa type thing. So
Awesome.
so it's not, we don't want to like get you down. You know what I'm saying? We'd rather still have you functional. Get your mind still moving and doing things and being social. And not all drug in. But when you sleep, you're gonna really sleep good. Like, that's definitely a benefit. You'll wake up like really refreshed. Like, I didn't realize my body needed this deep of a sleep.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
But you can do an indica.
Yes.
So you can infuse with any herb, anything.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so we're gonna sign up for this class. We wanna get this on the class schedule.
Give me a couple cases of
Yeah,
indica. Give me a couple
just put it
cases
in
of indica.
there.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely. Because like I said, we back in it. So those who want to be social, our product itself carries sativa blend. However, if someone wants to get a batch made, or get some bottles made that has
some
what they
exclusive
need,
kind.
because everyone has different needs. So you may medically just need an indica for what you have going on. So hey, let's we can address your needs in our wine as well.
So we know, like red wine, it has a powerful antioxidant, resveratrol. So does these have resveratrol in them? Or are you infusing red wines or red grapes?
If we use a red wine, but this one right here is a pear. So this is fruit based. This one right here, it has hibiscus. It's herbal based.
Yeah, it's herbal
really
based. So you can do any kind.
Yeah, it's whatever your preference is. Okay, we can make whatever your heart desires.
So a specialty wine.
If you want a specialty wine.
So restaurants, have you taken or thought about taking this to a restaurant and having them to make your wine on their menu, or put your wine?
I thought about many avenues that Devine Libations can take.
Okay.
And we're definitely always open to exploring that. And like I said, right now we are heavy, or at least I am, because it's for the most part me. Okay, so you know, I can't be a million places at once until I grow a team. You know, so those anybody out there who think that they need to be part of something growing and amazing, then let me know. But nonetheless, I'm
sorry.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely. Awesome. All kind of things. So I'm focusing. I really want people to know that you don't have to go out here and go to the grocery store and buy whatever they got, because that's just what they got. And you want to drink, and you know what I mean? Like, you can really
support your own.
You can really make what you want. What I'm teaching people is how to make it's a 5-gallon container, so it's about 24 bottles.
Wow.
24 bottles that you can have at once. You make it once. You know what I mean? Like, that's enough to have for yourself. You can have for, friend, give them a gift.
Okay.
You can have it to surprise or, pop-up dinner, meetups and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be so much that you can do with that. And you can make a whole nother one. You know what I mean? I'm giving you the knowledge to take on and create something for yourself.
That's amazing.
How long does it take to make one bottle of wine?
So wine making is anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes 8, depending on what you're making. But a lot of wines can be simply made in 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks for sure.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So with the 4-week wine making class, that's why it's 4 weeks, because every time that you need to come in and deal with the wine that you're making.
You give it a time.
It's on a schedule. And you'll spend like maybe anywhere from like an hour and a half, maybe 2 at the most, because we're talking, we're sanitizing, we're doing the things that, needs to be done in winemaking. But you only touch it about maybe 3 or 4 times through the whole process. The rest of the time it's just sitting, whether it's fermenting, whether it is clearing, which is getting, a clear bottle of wine. You don't want like you've seen people do like backwood winemaking, and they stuff be all cloudy and stuff. Like, nobody wants no cloudy stuff. Like, give me some clear. Give me this beautiful amber color. Like, this ain't red. This ain't white.
Right.
This is a herbal fix
herbal.
right here. You know what I'm saying? So, and the color reflects it. Look how calming the color is.
Brown.
Yeah, it's almost like a cognac.
Yeah,
that's what it look like.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say right there. Now, is there any plans down the road to use other alcohols since like you got into wines and everything? Is there brandy coming down? Or some smooth yak that's infused coming down the line?
I would love to do a brandy. I don't know.
Then what you waiting
the
on?
process of making brandy, but I think.
Then what you waiting on, winemaker?
There you go. Well, make it on.
From what I heard, I haven't done much research into it, honestly, but I do remember someone saying, with brandy, it has to be distilled. But distilling in Georgia is illegal. So you know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, well, if that's the case, I don't know the process of making brandy, but if it is the case, then that could be something that we would revisit when we're on a plot of land somewhere else.
Yeah, that's understandable.
But it's so much that we can do and take it to. So I'm excited for wherever journey I'm being led on. So I'm just the faithful.
I think that'll sound pretty good. Some cannabis infused brown alcohol.
Yeah,
I think
that'd be pretty
cool. If y'all gonna steal my idea, y'all just heard the blueprint right here on this little screen right here. You know what I'm saying, man? I'm nowhere yet. I mean, some people say that they make the cognacs in wood barrels and all of that kind of stuff. So. You know what I'm saying, man? That'll probably be real cool to know.
Yeah,
take it back to Jamaica, where maybe the laws is a little different towards alcohol production.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Because those islands, and they make some really good product, you know what I mean? So, imagine like an Appleton that's been infused in some good old herbs, you know what I'm saying? Like, talking about
some crown apple. Some crown apple, Kush or something like that. That's
and not even that, because crown, I don't know who owns that. Is it?
It ain't that one of us.
Okay, so my point would be, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're such creative people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can literally create our own brand that's just as big or better than especially the quality of it. You know what I'm saying? Of what they offer. And then absolutely. And then put, the herbs and, just put the herbs that we need in there, and there you go. You got something that you know what's in it.
Thank
you know
you.
how it was produced, and you know that whatever profit and proceeds and what you build is going back to build your family, your community. So.
Yeah, to
That's
find
awesome.
something else to do.
That's awesome.
You said at the beginning of your segment right here that you used to work for air traffic controller.
Yes.
Why don't nobody want that job no more?
Nobody wants it anymore?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've been hearing that there's a shortage
Well, there's been a
of air
shortage.
traffic controllers, and
they
it's
have
really a
that.
high demand. And they say it take probably like 2-3 years to learn how to do that.
Well, there was when I was in the agency, there was a shortage then. You have your older controllers who are growing older, so you can't control traffic past a certain age, okay? Like, I think it's maybe past like 56. So, I mean, like, by that age, like, you either need to be going into management or not, you're going to have to find something else to do. However, as that's phasing out, if HR, whoever's in control of bringing in the newer people aren't doing that, or the batch of people that's applying and who's, coming up in here to train, like, this is a serious job. So everyone won't make it, unfortunately. And so then you lose a nice chunk there, and, you're not properly, this is the federal government. We already know the I don't want to say show, but you already know the type of things that go on behind the scene that don't make no sense, but if
They stay
anyone,
doing some of that stuff that don't make no sense. They always doing that.
yeah, always doing that, but nonetheless, it was a great career for me. I absolutely loved it.
Yes. And it made money.
I did it for about 10 years.
All right.
And you come across a lot of, like, just different things that you won't see just in everyday life. So, I mean, it was...
You got some stories.
I mean, but I was... When I got hired as an air traffic controller, I knew absolutely nothing about that job. Like,
Really?
I went to the interview at Hartsfield Atlanta Airport, and, the manager was like, yeah, so what do you know about, air traffic control? I'm like... I mean, I Googled y'all. I don't know. It was not much. My growing up, I was never in contact anyway in aviation or an air traffic control facility.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like that just wasn't in my environment. So I didn't know a lot. And he was like, "Great, you're hired." It was like literally like a 5-minute interview.
Oh, wow.
Talking. And then the rest of the time, just to kind of like say that we had a 30-minute interview, we was really like shooting this, like just talking. It was just like
wasting time.
Yeah, they want people who don't have a lot of like already experience, because we got to teach you the job. You're not what you've been learning or whatever, but you also have to be someone who could be taught.
Teachable.
Yeah, because I mean, this is a really serious job. It can be very rewarding. I tell people all the time, like, when I was training people, like, you got to leave your problems at the door and pick it back up. You got no time for what was going on in your life before you came to work. You need to be serious, because you got to be able to go from 0 to 100 in like no seconds, So and you got to have another plan after that plan, and you just have to think forward.
Yes.
You can't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, so I already love dreads and love locks. So I was asking about your locks earlier. How long have you been growing your locks?
This is year 20 for me.
Woo! Congratulations. And I know I want to ask you, they're tied up right now. How long are they?
Yeah, they're close to my knees.
Wow.
Yeah, they definitely past my butt. But they'll probably be longer than that. Year 7, they was like maybe around here, maybe the middle of my back or so, or just past it, maybe 3/4 of my back. And I end up cutting it to like here. So had I left all that, it'll probably definitely be almost like, down my leg.
Yeah. Oh my, I can't wait, y'all. Year 2. Year two.
Yours look beautiful. You should just wear them all the time. Don't let somebody tell you to wear something else and cover them up, wear your hair. Let your antennas roam free up in here.
Yeah, because I get a lot of intuition. The smoke absorbs them, all kinds of stuff, So, yeah, I'm learning, to embrace the freedom.
Yeah.
Because, hey, did you hear about the young man in Texas? Did you hear about that? That got suspended from school for wearing his locks?
And they said that it didn't violate the Crown Act.
It didn't violate the Crown Act.
I didn't read
How?
the story. I seen the headline. So what was their reason? Do you know for saying that it did not violate?
Because the Crown Act for the school district was it had to be a certain length, so it couldn't be like 2 inches from the forehead or past the eyebrow, and like 2 inches past the nape of the neck or something like that. But they said that they were too long. And so they took it to court. So they lost in court. The family, the young man, lost in court. And so it's a tragedy because we have, people like Miss Isis. Shouts out to you, Isis Brentley, who advocated for natural hair and the freedom to wear locks and to wear your natural hair for the Crown Act. Right. And they were devastated. And they're all across Texas protesting right now. And that's my hometown.
Oh, which city was it?
Dallas.
Oh, in Dallas.
So it was like outside of Dallas, but nevertheless, it was a situation that we just hate has to happen. Right. We should have the freedom to wear our own hair the way that we want. And this young man, it wasn't like he was getting in trouble. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like he was a bad student or he wasn't turning his work.
You're just trying to find any reason, and the reason is his crown.
His crown.
Wow.
Crown of glory. And so we'll just keep it prayer.
Hatred runs deep.
Yeah.
It runs deep. You be like, man, who thinking about this? With all this that's going on around here.
What is that? That is supposed to be the least of our worries. Right now we're in freaking war, Mr. Henderson, right? What's going on with that? We're hearing that, Russia is, we had this phone outage. I don't know, did you have the AT&T?
Yeah, I don't have it, but but that's the reality that we live in. Like, these type of things can happen at any time. At what moment do we want to say, okay, let's start trying to really figure out how we can, I don't want to say necessarily like create our own society, but how do we live outside of their society? You know what I'm saying?
We do.
Like how...
We do. We really
do. How? Because they clearly, what is going on here?
We need our own. We kind of need our own society because
nobody ready for that answer.
Ain't nobody ready for that.
It's definitely the mentality is not ready, but there is, I think, a lot of spirits that's being born to bring things that we didn't think could be a reality in reality, just like we were born to bring into reality things that our ancestors didn't think would be reality. Yeah. So if we, just keep with the spirit of those who are trying and, trying to spread the right knowledge, trying to, I wouldn't even say wake our people up because, that's a hard task in itself. But just walking in that light, living in that light, so when they do get to a point where, all right, I know who to come to, and let's just walk in the light of change,
Right. Where's our leaders? That's what I'm more focused on. Yeah. Where's our, people who are not afraid to stand up?
You don't have none.
You
don't have none. The ones that you do got, they either sponsored, or they're paid for, or they have to hide. For their own safety and the safety of their family. So they take the information and go remote with the information.
It's not good.
As of on the other side, they put all their stuff in plain sight.
And they not scared. How do you not be scared to discriminate against a person's hair and have the whole world... the judges, who are these judges to be okay with this kind of stuff about hair?
They get paid.
What?
They get paid. You know how many times you Googled that school district since you heard this story?
Oh, well, yeah.
Exposure brings payment.
Drink to that.
Exposure makes money. We live in a capitalistic society, right? So it's say, okay, well, what can we do to help ourselves be in a better situation? Actually, in the 60s and 70s, there was conversation of how to have a solid coexistence of our own thing inside of, but without their own thing.
Wow.
If y'all ever seen that movie, The Mac, that's what they was
what is
talking
it?
about.
Yeah.
So check this out.
Yes.
The problem with that, and man, this is where the people don't want the answer. Because you have to do things that means a disconnect from the very thing that brought you what you thought was stability. You really have to disconnect yourself from that.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's where it's all gonna fall apart.
Right, and you have to go through that fall apart though.
Yeah.
It's all part of the process.
It's gonna be ugly.
It's ugly.
Because that would mean completely dismantling the government system as it is.
But
On both sides, the Democratic Party gotta go, the Republican side gotta go. Speaking of that, it's over 400 House seats that's about to be vacant
What?
in
tell
2024.
us about that.
Over 400 House seats in your United States government will be vacant
Wow. You want to run?
in 2024 election.
System, honey, right?
Not only do you have the presidential elections going on, out of 100 Senate seats, 35 of them will
Wow.
be vacant in 2024.
Yeah.
If those seats remain vacant, this is what I want to know. Who holds those seats when it's vacant? And what's the power
Who
of
holds
the
the vote?
what's the
Wow.
power of decision gonna be?
Wow.
Right? What if you only get out of 400 seats, you only get 100 seats filled?
Right. Wow.
Go check it out. Run for that office.
Whew.
Hey, it's a whole lot easier and cheaper to run for House and Senate than it is for
A
president.
presidency. Yeah.
All right?
Okay.
That's your first
And
start
those
right
seats
there.
matter too.
They do.
Those seats are almost, if not, more important than the presidency. That's why it's so many of them.
Wow. And
Right.
why is it so many seats vacant? What's going on? Why did everybody just quit? Is it timeout or what? What's going on?
Because a lot of them, like what she was saying with the air traffic controller situation, a lot of them are up in age. A lot of them will not change what they know in order to make stuff fair.
Wow.
So like you'll have Mitch McConnell. He almost 90.
Oh, wow. Time to retire.
He almost 90.
Past retirement
Right?
age.
He's
Biden. Oh, my
well
God.
past retirement age.
Listen, they need to be phased out like air traffic controllers. You can't
Right.
do a job past a
Right.
certain age. Okay?
Well,
Can
we
you
actually
read the document?
we actually can control that. We can control more about our political situation than we think we can. All right? Just simply going down there and pulling up the screen in front of you and pushing these buttons, and then actually thinking that those buttons on the screen that you push actually coincide with what you voted for.
No.
Nobody checks the receipts. They just go and push the button. Don't know that behind the scenes, that machine and those receipts just got manipulated.
They don't even investigate who they voting for.
They
So
they
let's just
don't.
start there.
But
So,
it's
like,
sad.
you got to
Anything
read.
else.
But instead, everybody coming down on a man who made a phone call and said, "Hey man, just go find me some votes." He didn't say, "I'll give you $20 million for them votes." He didn't say, "I'll give you $10,000 for them votes, man. Just go find me some votes and I'll
He
give you
didn't
this
even-
government contract." The dude didn't say none of that. Dude said, "Hey man, just go find me some more votes. Look, I'm losing." Okay.
Where are the votes at?
Where are the votes, man? Go see if you can find me some more. Because surely in Georgia, there should have been more Republican votes calculated than what was. See, and
Okay.
he was smart enough to know that much. All right?
Can't knock a person for being witty or smart.
You talking to a man that been a billionaire for decades, okay? He got access to information that me and you ain't gonna never get. All right? Even his news look different.
He's
and
a businessman.
not just because he's the president. His sources of information look different. Where his information come from is way more reliable than what you hear when you turn on Fox. I'm just saying.
Ouch.
They don't get the same news.
Ouchie. Well, in other cannabis news, we're going to go into our cannabis news segment. We have a lot going on. There is a study Online searches for Delta 8 products are higher in states where cannabis is illegal. All right, so online searches for unregulated Delta 8 products are 1.9 times higher in states where the adult use cannabis market is illegal.
Then I just say more exposure gets you paid.
Yeah. So in New York, regulators approved rules permitting home cultivation of cannabis. Shouts out, New York. The new regulations permit an adult to grow up to 6 plants on private property and harvest up to 5 pounds of cannabis flower. Okay, let's go.
No, I still want to do it. Not a good idea.
Action alerts. We need your help. These are some things that you can do to help out. Federally, we want to stop federal housing discrimination against lawful cannabis users. Federally, we also want to let VA doctors recommend medical cannabis in military spending bill. And then we want you to tell your senators to support the Safer Banking Act, all right? And tell your representatives to support the CURE Act. And then also support medical cannabis research and access for veterans. And then support the Veterans Equal Access Act. So there is so many veterans who are ready for this to become law. Like federally, go ahead and legalize it. What are y'all doing? You know, what's the holdup? These are your veterans. We are the ones who fought for this country. All right. And the Safe Banking Act will allow businesses to get money and funding and be the same kind of business any other businesses. Oh, wow. So we're asking that you all contact those representatives for your state. All right. And in Arkansas, Attorney General signs off on proposed ballot measure to expand medical cannabis access. All right. So separate provisions in the amendment authorize adults to legally process up to 1 ounce of cannabis if the federal government deschedules it from Controlled Substances Act. So that'll be great. So just let's go ahead and do it. All right. Again, honoring the past, inspiring the future. Black History Month this February has been great. Like I said, shouts out to all of our Black businesses, Black owned businesses. Shouts out to our own, the Atlanta, Georgia Academy of Cannabis Science in alliance with the Gift of Life Community Home, our 10-year nonprofit that we'll be celebrating in September. Yes. Our nonprofit has been in existence, and we just want to make that clear that we are the first state-approved medical cannabis school here in the state of Georgia, authorized, exempt now, and we're doing some really great things. Hopefully we can get a partnership with winemaking and infused for cannabis products. And go to the Capitol, you guys. We went to the Capitol on last week. So if you want to watch the replay of what was said, what was done, and how you can advocate for cannabis in your state, let us know. Reach out, call us 1-888-959-2093. And strain of the day before you go. What is your favorite strain? We always ask our guests to give us one.
Oh, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't know any strains.
You don't know any strains.
No,
okay. All right. Well, Mr. Henderson, what do you have for us? What's infused in the wine?
Like I said, this is hemp infused.
Hemp infused. Okay.
You know.
So, hemp strain. You know a hemp strain? Nope. Okay, I'll give you one. How about a Charlotte's Web? Charlotte's Web strain. And the Charlotte's Web is great for epileptic seizures and muscle spasms. They usually use that for young adults. All right, so hemp does not give you that high psychoactive feeling like marijuana does. And marijuana is like a mature version of hemp, okay? So the longer that hemp grows, then it turns into your cannabis marijuana, all right? So we want to also thank everyone for watching. Do you have any other questions, Mr. Henderson, before we go? All right, shouts out to this wine. I'm telling you, this is great. I am feeling great. All right, so thank you again for joining us on the show.
Thank you for having
All right, we got to give our producer a shot of this because this is really good. And how much are your bottles going? I guess you can tell us.
We have bottles that start at $20 and go up from there.
Awesome.
This size bottle of our hemp is $50.
50. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you again. You have a blessed day. Thanks for watching. And until next week, peace.
Peace.
Welcome to CannaGlobe, the first ever virtual dispensary offering a world-class collection of cannabis brands drop-shipped to your front door. How does it work? CannaGlobe took the same concept Amazon used to become the largest company in the world. But instead of shipping toilet paper, t-shirts, and tennis shoes, CannaGlobe offers something a lot sexier. Yeah, cannabis. With over 100 premier products, from bakables like chocolate chip cookies, brownies, fried chicken batter, to cannabis mocktails like pina colada, margarita, old fashioned, to gummy rocks, sweet tarts, seltzers, king palms, pre-rolls, disposable vapes, carts, and did I mention THCA flower and magic mushrooms. CannaGlobe is the first ever to drop ship flower to every state. We're also the first ever to offer magic mushrooms legally to every state. Well, except Louisiana. We're also the first ever where you get to be the brand. You heard it. Meet the requirements and get your own brand at the dispensary. Your brand, fully paid for by the company, and you earn on company-wide revenue. Your brand can be featured right alongside celebrities and mega influencers such as Dan Bilzerian with Ignite, Holly Barker with Happy Snacks, Scotty Huss with Biscotti, and so much more. Rolling Stone magazine said, if it seems like a new state is legalizing cannabis nearly every week, don't worry, you're not high. It is indeed happening at an unprecedented pace. CNBC calls it the new gold rush. Forbes says the market could grow by 700%. And the Wall Street Journal calls it a tremendous market. We're currently in 26 countries and growing. Industry icons are saying that CannaGlobe is the most innovative, disruptive, and compelling business model this industry has ever seen. You're probably asking yourself, how is this legal? Here's how. All our products are compliant with the 2018 Farm Bill. So what's the opportunity for you? To become a virtual dispensary owner without all the hassles. No experience is required. No storefront, no inventory, no licensing, and best of all, no apologies. And is 100% legal. You can become a virtual dispensary owner. There are 3 ways you can take advantage of this opportunity. 1. You can become an affiliate by simply purchasing any product on AutoShip and get paid 20% on all your customers' purchases. 2. Or you can become a VDO for a one-time fee of $2.99 plus $25 per month. You receive a business sample kit. You can earn up to 85% in commissions, unlimited levels, and you get trained by a certified trainer. However, if you are serious about making money, we highly recommend you become a VDO Pro so that you can get paid to train VDOs whether on your team or not, and you will receive training from a certified trainer. What do? It's simple and fun. You acquire a handful of customers and teach others to do the same. Simply share your QR code or your link, and every time someone buys something, you get paid. You can also share sample products with your friends, or host a party and share all the favors. It doesn't take long before you can have all kinds of people doing the very same thing. Here's how it works. You can earn from $100 to $275 every time you personally enroll a qualified VDO, and $75 to $175 every time someone in your network does the same thing. You can also earn from 15 to 27% on all your personal customers and 3 to 12% to unlimited levels every time a customer makes a purchase anywhere in your network. While we do not make any income claims, this is an example of how the compensation plan structure works. An area VDO that enrolls 3 QVDOs and helps them each acquire a handful of customers and duplicate that 6 levels. The area VDO would approximately earn $100,000 plus $18,000 per month in residual income. But the comp plan doesn't stop at 6 levels. It pays to unlimited levels. While this is a financial opportunity, the real reward is we get to change the world by transforming lives with these sacred plants. We put smiles back on faces, happiness in hearts, laughter in lives, and health back in the home. Thank you for watching. Now, please get back with the person that shared this video with you and get started today.